Have you ever looked at your salary and just thought, there's no way I can start investing with this? Like, you need to be making big bucks to even think about building wealth. Well, today, we're going to challenge that idea head on. In fact, we're going to show you a superpower you probably don't even realize you have. All right, let's just jump right in with this. It's a statement that sounds, well, completely nuts, right? A 22-year-old with just 2 grand has more investing power than a 45-year-old with 20,000. I mean, that's 10 times the money. How on earth is that even possible? And you know what? That is a totally fair question. It really gets to the core of one of the biggest myths in finance. So let's break it down. Let's see exactly how this great reversal actually works. So let's talk about the great money myth. And look, if you're just starting out in your career, this probably sounds super familiar. You see that smaller paycheck and you just feel kind of powerless, right? Like you're stuck on the sidelines watching everyone else invest. But I'm telling you, that feeling, it's all based on a myth. Okay, to really see what's going on, let's make this real. Let's meet our 2 investors. We've got youth versus experience. All right, in one corner, we've got Arav, our young starter. He's 22, fresh in his career, and he is putting away 2,000 rupees a month. And in the other corner, we have Mira, the established professional. She's 45, in her prime, and she's investing a massive 20,000 rupees a month. That's 10 times more. I mean, on paper, this looks like a blowout. An easy win for Mira, right? But here's the thing. Income just doesn't tell the whole story, does it? See, Arav's at a stage where he has way fewer responsibilities. No big EMIs, maybe no huge medical costs. He can put his money into some higher growth stuff and just let it ride for decades. Mira, on the other hand, she's got way more on her plate. We're talking kids, loans, all of it. She can't afford to be as aggressive with her investments because she has less time to recover from any big swings. And this right here is the real heart of it. This is where we get to Arav's unseen superpower. It's the one thing he has that Mira, with all her income, can never, ever buy back. And that superpower is the time horizon. It's such a simple concept, really. Just think of it like your own personal runway for your money to grow. The longer that runway, the more speed your investments can build up before they, really take off. Arav has this huge, long runway stretched out in front of him. Mira's, it's much, much shorter. And look, this isn't just some nice-sounding theory. The brilliant financial author Morgan Housel says it perfectly. Extending your time horizon is one of the single most powerful things you can do. It's a lever you have complete control over, but only if you start early. That's the catch. And that's exactly why people call time the great equalizer. It's what makes it possible for someone with a small, steady investment to actually end up with more money than a high flyer who gets into the game late. It just completely levels the playing field in a way that a big salary never could. Okay, enough talk. Let's get to the main event, the compounding showdown. It's time to actually run the numbers and see what happens when we pit Arav's small early investment against Mira's big later one. So here's the setup. We're going to assume they both retire at age 60. That gives Arav a massive 38 years for his money to grow. Mira, she only has 15 years. And to keep things fair, we'll say they both get a pretty standard 12% annual return. So place your bets. Who do you think wins this thing? And wow, just look at that. It is not even close. Remember, Arav was investing 10 times less money every month, but his final corpus at age 60 is way, way bigger than Mira's. This isn't some kind of trick photography, folks. This is the pure, raw power of compounding doing its magic over almost 40 years. Let's put a number on that. We're talking over 2 crore rupees. Think about that. Arav's little 2,000 rupee a month investment grew into that, all because he started early and let time do all the heavy lifting for him. Mira put in a ton of money, a really incredible effort, but she ran out of runway. So what's the big takeaway here? What is your ultimate edge? It's simple, really. If you're young, you have something in your pocket that is literally priceless. It's an advantage money just can't buy. And that advantage is time. Let's boil it all down to what you really need to remember. First, your youth, that's your number one financial asset. Forget your salary for a second. Your age is your superpower. Second, time absolutely beats income in the compounding game. And third, a long time horizon lets even small, consistent investments explode into something huge, which leads to the most important point of all, starting now. With whatever you've got, it's the single most important move you can make. And here's some really cool news. You wouldn't be alone in this. There's a huge trend happening right now. All across India, Gen Z and younger millennials are catching on. They're using simple tools like SIPs to use this exact advantage to their, well, advantage. They're getting ahead of the game. So, we're going to leave you with one final thought. That clock, it's ticking. Your most valuable asset is right there, and every single day you're spending a little bit of it. So the real question isn't about how much money you have. It's not about being rich. The real question is, what are you going to do with the time you have? How will you use it?